In this video, I'm going to do a breakdown of a posture analysis on myself, looking at my original posture photos from back in college to where my body's at right now. Just for reference, this is what perfect posture would be. So we have 8 load-bearing joints, 2 shoulders, 2 hips, 2 knees, and 2 ankles. And we want these all to be vertically and horizontally aligned with one another. So the idea is the further that you deviate away from this, the greater the compensations that you have in your body. And those compensations are ultimately what lead to pain and injury. So the way that we see this is we take 4 photos and put you on a bit of a grid system. So we want this line in the front view to go through your belly button, your sternum, and your nose. In these side views, we want that line to go through your ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, and ear. This is my original set of posture photos, and they are not good. So you can see right here in the front view, this line that should go through the middle of my chest is pitched way off to the left. This back view isn't as bad as what it looks like in the front, but if you see this right hand disappearing in front and the left hand kind of swinging back out around, that's due to some rotation that you're going to see right here. So the way that we want this knee, hip, shoulder, and ear to all be on that line is so far forward on the right side compared to the left because of the rotation that's going on there. So we also have some hinging of that elbow. So we want the elbow to sit right below the shoulder, but because of where it's positioned and its internal rotation, it makes it very difficult to get effective scap load. And if we can't get that scap load, then the work that should be done at the shoulder has to go somewhere else. And it ultimately went to my elbow and it failed. But the shoulder blade couldn't be stable because I couldn't get into a good spot with my T-spine mobility because of this kind of kyphotic rounding that's in the upper back. The left side isn't as bad, but it definitely still has a huge degree of rounding around that shoulder. The hip is also rotated right forward, which is why you can see the left leg on the other side. And there's less of the butt cheek and hamstring behind the green line than what you see over here on the left. But flipping over to where I'm at today, while it's still not great, it's in a much better spot. So this line that should be going through the belly button, the sternum, and the nose is on the right side, but everything is vertical over top of one another. So there's not that same level of shifting. The rounding and humpiness that you saw on that right side picture is way less. The elbow is under the shoulder where it is in a better position. And same thing over here on the left side is it's nowhere near as rounded. But one of the big things that I need to continue to address is what's called an AP disparity. So you have 2 hips that make up one pelvis, and they can tilt forward and backwards independent of one another. So if you kind of think of how when you're walking, one goes forward, one goes back. So if you look at the waistband and how this right side takes more of an aggressive downward slope right here than what you see over here on the left, that would be a more anterior tilt on the right. Can also see that just from looking at the shape that the butt cheek takes. So this right butt cheek has a little bit more of a defined pop to it than what you see over here on the left. It's not flat, it's just not as popping out because it's not tilted as far forward. Can also see that in the low back right here with the extension of the lumbar. So this on the left side, there's a little bit more of a congruent shape going up here, while the right side has a defined apex of where it's at right in the middle of that box where it starts to lead back into the upper back rounding. So just because you're an elite athlete doesn't mean that you have good posture. Elite athletes are really good compensators because they get their body to do the exact thing that they want, but over time, their body starts to fail and it leads to pain and injury from these compensations. So if we can get your body into a better alignment, reduce the amount of compensations that you have, you're going to move more efficiently, feel way better on the field, and get way better results as well. So if you want to take your game to the next level, get your posture right by clicking the link in the description, sign up for a Zoom call where we'll jump on and finalize a plan that's right for you. I look forward to meeting you.